So why do we revisit our own birth, pre-birth, conception, and preconception experiences? Well, our birth and pre-birth memories are representing every single day of our lives. Our organ development, our brain and immune system development was informed by all of the energies that were present from even before we were born, even before we were conceived. The whole field of epigenetics proves this. And so let me share with you a very personal story, just to invite you into the realm of this work. In 1992, and still today, it was a very common thing that they rupture prematurely the membrane, that is, the water sac that each and every one of us grew in. Today and then, they would prematurely rupture the membrane to instigate the labor, to induce labor, and or to speed labor up. I can tell you that it is never a good idea to rupture the membranes. It only ever causes more pain and more bleeding, and causes sensations in birth that are above and beyond what a human is meant to endure. Well, in my case, I thankfully got to be the initiator of my life and my birth. And though, as I was emerging into the world, so as I was crowning through my mother's yoni, I was being born on call, and which means inside of the membranous water sac that I grew in with my placenta. Well, as I was emerging, the doctor, Dr. Bander, who delivered me, popped the bag so that he wouldn't get splashed. And this is also a very common and shallow thing that happens in the world of modern obstetrics. It's often unnoticed and unrecognized, but it happens. Well, I was navigating with all my intuition and all of my instinct, every 70,000 trillion cells in my body were firing like a symphony. I was making my way through the veil, through the doorway that my mother provided for me, when all of a sudden, a sharp metal object came in and like a water slide, I propelled so fast, so hard, so quick into the world. That was not only terrifying, I now spend my life really dedicated and working hard to slow down and take my time. I'm amazing at initiating projects. I have amazing ideas. I can initiate the project. I can bring all the energies together that need to come together in order for a project to unfold and progress and take shape. I know exactly what's going to be needed along the way, and I can visualize that and articulate it. Somewhere near the end of most creative processes, I need help. And so that's one aspect of the imprinting that birth experience set up for me. Several years ago, while I was in an apprenticeship with one of my elders and mentors, Barbara Essman, founder and director of the Sacred Birthing School on Kauai, Hawaii, I had a dream. I dreamt that my mother was lying outside in the dark under the moonlight on a wooden plank giving birth. And the baby that she was giving birth to was me. I was the witness to myself getting born. I watched the baby come out into the world, and she was born so quickly. And she bumped her head on the wooden plank. The midwife didn't see, nobody saw. Who was going to recognize that the baby hit her head? That was my question. Why isn't anybody picking up the baby? It was in that moment that I became lucid inside the dream. I realized I needed to pick up the baby. And I scooped her up and I felt her flesh and her warmth and her fresh skin. I rubbed my face on her and I touched her head and I held her cheeks and I locked eye contact with her. I did not waver. In these moments, we fell in love, and I gave her the loving affirmations that she needed to hear at that moment of her life. And they were all around, as I remember the dream, they were all around her being supported, saying, "You will always be supported in this world. You will always be received. There will always be someone there for you." That was the moment of opportunity. These things happen all the time in the birth room and they go unrecognized. Whether I hit my head on the delivery table or I had a firm thrust to the doctor's hand, whatever it was violent, and that energy stayed. When I shared this dream with my teacher, she reflected back so powerfully what I'm just about to share with you. She said, "Victoria, if you hadn't have done that healing, then it's very possible that the way that you would die would be via head injury. The way that you would leave your body would be via head injury." And in that moment, I paused and her words penetrated me. Why? Because at that point, I had already experienced 3 traumatic head injuries in my life. One of them was a nearly fatal car crash, which was a near-death experience that I had at the age of 21. The beautiful part of that healing experience was that she shared how when I do die, when I do leave my body, that it might be very amazing and important for me to have somebody holding my head, supporting me as I make my journey out of my body and through the portal of birth yet again. She said, in that moment, the healing comes full circle. I share this with you as just one of the many birth and pre-birth memories that I have, many of which I never forgot. This is really, this work of transcribing our living memories of our own birth and pre-birth experiences comes as a synthesis of my own experiential work and discovery and memory. We all remember our births. Those memories are not cognitive. So memories are different than the cognitive act of remembering. We often feel as though we don't remember because we associate things we remember with things that we can put words to. But the reality is that these memories are actually coming from a place of pre-verbal time of our history. We all do remember our births, and our births are replaying each and every single day of our lives. If you show up to support women and families through conception, pregnancy, labor, birth, postpartum, it is paramount that you be coherent with your own birth and pre-birth experiences. What was your experience of implanting into your mother's womb? And what was your experience being discovered for the first time when they found out that you were taking up residence inside your mama's body? What were the energies that surrounded that time, or the energies that weren't present for you during that time? This work isn't about going back and marinating in what happened or what didn't happen. It's not about lingering in the trauma that resulted in the misunderstandings or the events that took place. It's really about restoring your original blueprint, your essence, your purpose, why you came and who you are, your story, your history. It's about rekindling connection with your quintessential nature, unlocking that life force energy, creation energy that sits at the very core of your genesis, and allowing a resurgence of that to circulate every area of your life, your work, your relationships. It's about acknowledging that no matter what you're birthing in the world, maybe babies, a family, an organization, a project, or simply just more of yourself into your life, you can do it from a space that is so deeply rooted in who you truly are. If you have mental or physical dis-ease, revisiting your own birth and the conditionings and all of the things that you learned in that very first classroom, the womb, the very first classroom we all attend. Revisiting that early time can help you to make sense and gain a very rooted understanding for the origins of this ease mentally, physically, emotionally. If you plan to one day give birth or think that you one day will conceive or are already preparing to give birth, healing your own birth has proven so many times through my practice, at least, that to improve birth outcomes 100%. The way we're born informs the way that we give birth, and to be coherent with your own birth story allows you to be aware and integrated, not if, but when and how your story shows up during pregnancy and during the journey of giving birth to your children. This is truly an exceptional, a meaningful, a gentle, but powerful work. And if you've been in any way curious about it and curious to unlock deeper parts of your own early history, I can highly, highly recommend this 2-day journey of transcribing living memory. It's going to be 2 3-hour sessions on 2 consecutive days in a group online setting. You'll be guided to revisit your own birth and pre-birth, conception, preconception experiences, and we'll do deep interactive experiential processes to help you to really enter into the body where those memories, those living archives live. And then each person in the group actually receives a one-on-one private integration re-imprinting session with me. So if you're ready or you're becoming ready to unlock this part of your history, which really, this work is really an introduction to a very deep realm of healing that continues to unfold, over the weeks, the months, the years, and the decades. Once you unlock the awareness, the pre and perinatal awareness, then life continues to present you with opportunity to learn more and discover more about what you experienced or didn't experience at your birth, at your conception, etc. Life presents you with the opportunity to remember over and over and over again. This work really opens up the opportunity to truly incarnate. It's about re-welcoming ourselves into our lives and restoring our original blueprint. If you are in any way curious and want to embark on this journey, please sign up soon for the Transcribing Living Memory journey that comes mid-March. All of the dates are in the link on my bio or on the Luminous Birth website, and you can learn more. The prices, the times, the location, all of the details are there for you. I so look forward to this journey with you.